because I've dated, I've dated. So my mom did not take it as serious at all. Actually, she thought it was just gonna be a phase. She's the one that kept a secret about me dating different nationalities, if you want to say, as I was in high school and all that good stuff. She's the one that kept it a secret, but she just thought it was just a phase, and I mean, who knows? And at that time, I was in college, my first year, so I mean, you're not thinking that this is going to be the one or anything like that. She actually thought the guy that I was with in high school was going to be the one. However, moving on. So what happened was, I think I remember asking my family, do they want to meet Bryant, the guy that I've been dating? And I don't actually remember what they said. My sister was fine with it. She didn't have a problem. My dad was like, whatever, not really. And then I think I remember my mom just kind of blowing me off, like, this is whatever. I don't need to meet him, but whatever. Who cares? And then my brother was like, oh no. So what I did was, I never forget, it was actually, I think it was a holiday or something. I don't know why, we were all at the house. All of us were, and we went out on a date. So then as he was dropping me off, actually as he came to pick me up for the date, I think I said, well, we're about to meet him. I'm going to let you all meet him right now. And I remember my mama saying, don't bring him in the house. Quit playing. You play too much. Don't do that. So what did I do? Lo and behold, I went to go get him and brought him in the house. So with this being a preacher's family, you have to be on your best behavior, right? So I knew they weren't going to be like, oh my gosh, what are you doing? Who is this? Why is he here? I knew they weren't going to be like that. I knew my sister was going to be fine. I knew my dad, not a big deal. He'll say stuff when he's not there, but he will not treat him any type of way being there. So I knew that, and then I didn't know what my brother would do. You don't know what he's gonna do. And then my mom, she's a spitfire, if you will. She's a lot like me, so she tells you how she feels. But she actually acted. She was on her best behavior. Actually, I think she didn't do anything out of the norm, did she?
No, she was like the last one that actually met though. You know, I met everybody else first.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She's the last one he met. And basically, they had to be on their best behavior.
That's it.
So after that, after I brought him on in, and then things for us you all know this, we were serious pretty fast without us consciously knowing it. It was kind of like, I guess a tornado. It's kind of like for example, you're not in control of what's going on at all. You're just sitting here spinning, and you land where you land. I think we landed in love, and I landed in love and engaged and all of those things.
Meant to be.
Yeah, met his daughter and all those things. It's just where I landed. So I think it's rather amazing that you didn't feel any type of way about meeting my family. Like, you weren't like, oh my gosh, what are they gonna say? What are they gonna ask?
I did feel like that, but I mean, it's just sort of hard to go back. I mean, I know I was nervous. I didn't know what they were going to say. You know how they were going to react or anything, but it's been quite a while.
Did you ask me? Did I tell them that you were white? Did you ask that?
Mm-mm. I don't think I did.
I think that's pretty neat. I mean, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened to my family either. I think they were in that tornado as well. going along spinning. I don't know. I think that's pretty neat. And no, for the record, I never brought anybody other than, I guess my black boyfriends. And actually, I only brought one black boyfriend, one of my boyfriends, around my parents, and he was around all the time. It was my high school sweetheart. I don't think they met, my parents ever met anyone else. They just, talked to people, but it was never a big deal. So, yeah. I do remember meeting your mom, because it was at the time we went to the hockey game. So I do remember meeting her, and she was at work. She actually worked right across the street from where the hockey game was actually playing. So I went in and met her, and he just said it so casual. And this was like, remember, come on, Masses, this is our first date. And he was like, come on, I'm going to take you over here to meet my mom. So I did. She was super cool, super sweet. And no, I mean, and I'm wondering, first of all, he sprung that on me. He wasn't, we talked on the phone before the first date. He didn't say, oh, and by the way, before we go to the hockey game, you're going to meet my mom. He didn't say that. He just said, oh, yeah, and we're going to go on in here and meet my mom. It was just
real quick.
On our first date. Why did you? I mean, was it just because
Yeah, she was right there.
So what if I was just somebody that you just had one date with? I mean, I would have met your mom, right? Yeah. That's funny.
You just sort of have that feeling, I guess. I don't know. It was going to be more than just one date.
Oh. Well, I think that's funny. So when I met his other mom and dad, I knew I was going to meet them, and it was the 4th of July. Or maybe it was not the 4th of July. It was something during the summer. So I had on this pink and black shirt that had a lot of cleavage showing, or something was going on. Who knows?
Arms out.
Arms out. Everything was out. But anyway, you said arms out.
Yeah, you didn't have no sleeves.
Yeah, no sleeves, yeah. So I will never forget. I've never been in an odd situation before, a kind of weird feeling situation before. But walking in there, it wasn't just his other mom and dad. It was the entire side, that side of his family. So it was like his other mom, dad, her kids that she had previous, him and his sister, we all rolled together. And then you had his brother and his wife at the time. And then they had his wife's niece, and then he had his other sister that had one of her children. She hadn't had the other one.
Not yet.
And then their nephew, that's his sister's son. And then, of course, Ari. So I had all those people. So needless to say, I knew I was going to a family gathering, and on the way there, I was not really nervous. But when we opened the door and everybody is looking at you, and and not to mention, I mean, I've never felt odd before. For example, I went to Western Kentucky University for this actual reason. I wanted to go to that. Sorry, I'm getting off task. Please go down this memory lane for me. I literally wanted to go there. I did not want to go to HBCU only because I wanted to be different. So I wanted my professors and my instructors to know me, but no one else. And that's exactly what happened. I was one person of color with hundreds of people around me, and this is in each one of my classes that were not of color. So if I was late for class, The teachers knew my name. They knew what I did. They talked to me. They built a relationship with me because I was different. However, the HBCU, I still could have been different, but not really. You have hundreds of people that look alike, and I'm not trying to say look alike, but you know what I mean. But going into that home, I think I remember folding my arms to say, let's see how this is going to play out. Because, first of all, we were late, so we were getting chewed out by his other mom and then his dad. So they kept taking turns calling because we were like 30 to 45 minutes late, and the entire family was waiting on us to get there to eat and pray. So they were already calling us, and all I heard was him on the phone with them constantly in the car.
Every 5 minutes, it's like
they were taking turns back to back to back.
Where you at?
Why are you late? When are you gonna get here? What are you doing? What's taking so long?
Minutes.
Yeah. So when I got there, I was like, oh, here we go. So let me fold my arms to figure out how this is going to play out. However, so when I walked in, I was nervous, and then I was welcome. Yeah, I was welcome. And I don't know if I felt odd. Well, I know for a fact I didn't feel odd because I'm the only stranger. And not only am I a stranger and I'm new, but I'm also of color. So it was just myself, his nephew, and his daughter. That was it. Everybody else was not colored, or whatever you want to call it. So I don't know. I know I didn't feel weird because of that. I think that I just felt weird because everyone was trying to figure out how I was going to act or something like that. So people, I mean,
they're just trying to figure out, was this like short term, or they're probably thinking the same thing. Oh, this is just a phase, maybe. Is she really gonna be around for a long time, or just everybody have their own thoughts.
Right, and he has a child. I know she's not gonna be around.
But proved that wrong, didn't we?
We did. Yep. So, did you tell your family I was lying?
No. Why?
No, I'm just. I mean, it's just a good warning to say, oh, hey, and by the way,
they got eyes. They can see. I mean, it ain't gonna make a difference anyway. It's my choice.
I didn't know if you did some warning to say, hey, be on your best behavior. She's super sweet.
No.
She's black. She's sweet.
No warning.
She's very professional.
They said
you have to talk to her like this.
They opened their arms and said everybody's welcome, so everybody's welcome.
And not to mention, we had absolutely nothing in common. I'm the complete opposite of his family. They do outdoors and activities and like that, stuff like that.
Yeah, you didn't really come outside.
Yeah, I don't really like to go outside because I don't know. I don't want to go outside.
She's changed beyond the years. She's growing into
it. I am, but
at first it wasn't. No, I'll just sit right here, look out the window, watch TV.
I'll watch y'all from a distance because I'm not going out there. I'm not getting sweaty. I'm not
smelling like
getting
outside.
hot. I'm not going to smell like outside. Absolutely not. Who does that? I don't want to keep slapping at bugs and gnats and stuff that come. And then there are animals around like deer that could just come on out of nowhere. And then it's a pond down there that have.
It's a creek.
Creek, pond. I don't know the difference. That have like frogs and stuff and. Snakes and other animals that I'm not friends with. I mean, I don't know. So I stayed in my
Habitat.
in my girly lane, okay? In my city girl lane, I stayed in there, and they would talk about stuff, and I wouldn't know what they were talking about, so it worked out fine. And
It's still like that to this day.
yeah, to this day, it's still the same. And they all look at me and laugh because they know I have no idea what they're talking about, and that's fine.
And vice versa.
And what?
Vice versa. Sometimes we be
Oh, and
talking about
vice versa.
yeah, they don't understand what we're talking about either.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So his family is kind of like the well, especially his dad and his other mom and that whole side. It's kind of like they are from, I'm not going to say they are from the South, which we're all from the South, but I'm saying the deep South, but they don't have the accent. So I'm not even going to talk about it, but because I don't want to talk about it. But you know what I'm saying? My one patient, it's like metaphorically thinking that's what it is. But anyway, I'm a city girl, people. So, for example, when I see an animal, I get excited.
Overwhelmed.
Because those are real goats over there, like real life goats. Like, no, goats. And at the zoo last year, went to the Memphis Zoo and we saw a rhinoceros. I've never seen a rhinoceros before. So what I did was I started screaming to the top of my lungs because I've never seen in actual real life, rhinoceros. Have you? Like a real one? No. No. Like a real one. Mass is a real one. Don't go in on me, but a real one, okay? Had you seen a real one before then?
Not like in person, no.
See?
But I mean, it wasn't. I mean, I see him on TV, so I mean, it was something different to see. But like, I don't know, he took it like over the top.
Yeah, I started screaming, and everybody, the whole zoo turned around and was looking at me. But I was just so excited that they have these. What are these? They have these real things. I don't know if these are tusks or horns or what these things are. They have this one and then that one. I just couldn't believe it, basically. So I started screaming and hollering at the girls, so look at this. And people were just, I don't know. But I was excited. But thanks so much for our, I guess this is our video called, Did Your Parents Know I Was Black?
Or did you know?
Did you tell your parents I was black?
Did you tell your parents I was white?
I don't know, Masses.
Definitely not. That's
But
what you
yeah.
gotta do. You just leave them out in the wind. Surprise, surprise.
Surprise. But notice parents never ask, is it a human?
Right.
They don't ask that. But that'll be another night conversation. The difference in race, the difference in how you raise your children.
Yeah. I mean, my parents didn't ask what you know. I mean, obviously they knew you were a woman. That's all they didn't ask what you look like or anything like that.
I think because that last person you brought was a mess. So they were scared to ask. Masses, I'm just kidding.
She got jokes.
No, I'm not going to put that on there. I'm not going to put that part on there. All right, y'all. Well, we're out. See you next time.
Subscribe.
Like, comment, subscribe, share.
Hit us up. Talk to us.
Yep, on
Ask us
IG.
questions.
Look down in our bio. Look down, and you'll see our Instagram as well as that good stuff. So, yeah. All right. So,
Good night.
Good night.